Hey guys, good morning. Morning everybody. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Appreciate you guys. Ooh, almost spilled my coffee there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Tuning in. See what we got going on here in the Nasdaq. Getting my desk somewhat organized. My desk is like where all things in my house go to die. Like if you don't know where to put something, you just throw it on my desk. And that's where it stays for years. It's just it's like a a junk drawer, but it's like a junk drawer that's a flat table. Sometimes when I'm trying to find something, it's digging through piles of stuff. Whoa, what do we got going on the Nasdaq? What's up, Verinder? Hey man, good to see you again, Verinder. Thanks for joining us. What's up, Matthew? Matt Davies, good morning. What's up, Nico? Hey, Justin. Hey, Wowie Care, good morning. Thanks, guys, for being on here. Really appreciate it. What do we have going on the Nasdaq this morning? Sorry, I'm getting a couple things. Man, I tell you what, this is really interesting to me. Let's look. First of all, I'm going to point out a very key level that I'm eyeing right here. And you guys can take a look and let me know what you think. Right here. The support level right here. It looks so interesting to me as a massive support area. Lots of little touches on it. You can see how in the overnight session, pre-market, we bounced, we just were skidding off of it. So many little touches on it. And then we just exploded away, right? Exploded up through highs, popped through it, looked very bullish here, failed, coming back down. We've got this low volume node going on right here. You can see it. We've got the bottom of the band on the 1 hour, plus all these little touches. This level to me looks muy interesante. Very interesting to me. Down here at 3012 as well, we can just draw our big blue box, our big blue, beautiful blue box as our support zone down there. That's something I'm really looking at. Very interesting to me. Anyways, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to start with my higher time frames and work our way down. Another very interesting thing to me that I saw this morning, of course, we have our big down channel. If you're new to the channel, we're getting more and more subscribers, more people coming on, which is fantastic. I really appreciate everybody coming out to check us out. We're in this large down channel on the Nasdaq. You really need to know what's going on bird's eye view. I feel like if you come in and you just look at like the overnight session volume profile, yada yada, which is all good, but I think knowing what the market's doing here, just basic technical analysis will serve you very well during the trading day. Very big bearish down channel. The one thing that we're coming into though, guys, look right here, coming right up to the top of this channel at 13,500. Boy, we are just at the top of this thing. There's going to be some sort of reaction up here, I think, to this. And the more interesting thing is that we're coming up to this massive area of resistance the day before NFP. And I think that's so interesting that we're coming up to it on right before a news release, an economic news release, economic data release that could have that could send the market through it. And then I think we would explode up to 200 SMA, or it would push it down. And we may come back down, maybe test down back down here at 12,000, maybe come back down to the bottom of the here, 13,000. But it's coming into a big area of resistance. Hey, Airbank, thanks for joining us. And so it's just something we need to be mindful of. If you're looking to take a long here and ride it up to new all-time highs, I don't know, you might be able to get that. Yeah, just noticing that. We talk about this channel all the time. Every morning we talk about this channel, and we're finally coming to the top of it. Broke out of this smaller bullish channel. We've broken to the upside. Very bullish candle here. That looks beautiful. A couple bearish candles broke higher. It looks very bullish. I think it's going to want to come up to 13.5, or at least up to the top of this channel. Maybe it's at 13.4. I don't know. It just depends on how you draw it, to be honest with you. How nice and neat you want to draw this thing. Anyways, something to keep in mind is we've got room to the upside. Let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Hitting off the top of the band there on the 4 hour. This thing to go back more. I don't feel like messing with the data settings right now though. 4 hour at the top of the band here, but let's look over at the hourly. This really caught my eye this morning when I saw this level. All these, we just talked about it, but I can talk about it again. All these touches going on here at the support level. A low volume node, which is right here on the weekly volume profile on the bottom of the band on the 1 hour. I mean, this for me is a real big area. There's also this level of support right here. I mean, you could trade this one or two ways, I guess. You could wait for price to come down here to take your buy, or you could try to short it as it breaks a 20 SMA with the anticipation that price is going to get sucked back down in here. My thought is that you probably want to trade the trend. I think, waiting for it to come down here and potentially trying to find a long entry somewhere down here is going to be your best bet. Rather than trying to counter trend it. Down. So, one thing that I would probably look for is some sort of bearish structure to the downside and then wait for that bearish structure to break. We can see, I prefer to use session structure rather than overnight structure. But if I were just to try to draw a down channel on this thing, sometimes you just draw that one and then do this one like that. You can see a little bit of a down channel opening up there to the downside. I think when the market opens, though, it's going to move so quick. It's not going to wait for 5-minute candles to, do this. It may just shoot down to this area. And then what you probably look for is some sort of a reversal signal. That could be on a 5-minute candle. It could be a bullish hammer candle on a 5-minute, something like that. You could move down to the 500 volume chart where you would get more structure like that. You just draw a trend line, wait for that structure to break, watch cumulative delta, see if cumulative delta starts shifting to the upside. Cumulative delta over here. So, for instance, price. I don't know if you can get through on this. Sorry. Sorry, I just got a message there. So let's say price didn't just do this over here, but it continued down like this. We come down to the support zone. You draw your trend line. We also watch delta down here as it gets there. Delta starts moving up at that level. We break the trend line. It's a pretty good idea that it's a pretty good bet that price is going to find this a solid support zone and we start moving the other direction. And one way you can enter is a retest of this trend line, meaning that price pulls back and then it retests it, it touches it again, but you would wait for some sort of pullback. You don't want to just buy the top. And trust me, this is just from experience. This is just my personal experience where oftentimes I watch it move up and boom, I jump in on it only to see it reverse on me to come back down to retest and then move it back up. You want to wait for some little pullback. Always want to try to fight for price, get a good price on it. So that would be a pretty good trade setup. I think if price wanted to do that on the open, it may just shoot up. I mean, we are positive on the day. We are positive delta on the day already. So that would be, but that's kind of the trade setup I'm waiting for. Come down to 12,230-ish, and I'll have to be patient for it. This isn't a big range, so you could even take half a position here at 13,230-ish, come down, add to it at 13,213 as we touch the bottom of the band. Then if we break lower, if it breaks below, 200, probably want to get out of it. I think that would still come back up. I think you'd still get a good trade, but you would just want to be able to endure that drawdown on it. And that's the reason futures contracts are so risky. Future contracts are very risky. You do not want to be messing around with this thing with your own, like with your retirement savings. This is very risky trading. Any results you see on this channel are not typical. You should not expect the same results just because you watch this YouTube channel. The money that I trade on here is not my savings. It's not my retirement money. It is just trading money. and any significant profits that I make, I take out and I put into longer term investments. So you need to keep that in mind. This stuff is very risky. Be very careful of it. Always risk management. I think somebody, and I can't remember who, maybe it was a guy named Brian Weber. When I first started trading, he did a video and his thing was like the golden, the holy grail of trading or something. And his advice, which I agree with, is capital defense. You want to protect your account. You don't want to shoot from the hip, but again, do as I say, not as I do, because you will oftentimes see me shooting from the hip on here, and that's just human nature, and that's why you want to be careful with it. My camera's set up wrong. Sorry, guys. There, bear's back in a normal position. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at this morning. I don't know what you guys are thinking. So back in that same vein, in that same thought, don't trade your own capital. If you're new to this, my advice would be doing one of these online prop firm evaluations. There's a link in the description below where you can get 50% off any Apex Trader evaluation. That's just paper money. It's simulated trading. You pay a one-time fee. Well, it's a monthly recurring fee, but if you pass the evaluation, you're not charged that fee anymore. And you can cancel it at any time, or if it's your first time trading, you'll probably blow up your account, and that's fine. On a simulated account, I would say find the cheapest online prop firm that you can do when you're first just starting out, and Apex at 50% is a pretty good deal. So you can find that link in the description below. And I think once you start getting profitable, you probably want to trade your own money. But when you're just starting out, those are cool because you got skin in the game. There's a reward at the end. You'll get a funded account. And I don't know many places where you could take, $100 and the potential of turning it into the amount of the account size that you could do with one of these funded trader accounts. But they're risky. Somebody described them as they're not risky. They're actually not risky because you know what you're getting at. Like you put your $100 in, and that's the most that you can lose, right? So for me, that's not that risky. You pay your $100, you get your data feed, you get your NinjaTrader license, and you get some rules that you have to follow. And if you break the rules, you blow up your account, it's $100 and you're done, right? But if you throw $5,000 into account or $10,000 into an account, and trust me, I've done it. I've been there. And then you blow up that account within 2 weeks. That's risky. You got to make sure that you're mentally there to be able to trade this, because revenge trading is real. And irrational trading is very real. I'm seeing the support level here at 13,267. I think if that breaks, it's going to move down to the bottom here. Yeah, so those are my 2 cents. I could rant all day about stuff. Speaking of these online prop firms, they're all trying to get money. I've been getting more not spam emails, but sorry, things trying to get you to come back to sign up for another evaluation, to do this, do that. Sorry, I'm looking at my emails here. Yesterday's point of control. Let's look at it. Let's look at yesterday's point of control. Where are we coming in, guys? Very nice call out. Right at yesterday's point of control. You are correcto mundo. Some people trade the previous day's point of control. I don't really, to be honest with you. I know I probably should. I've just got so much junk up on my screen as is. We can look at the volume profiles for each week, and sometimes that'll give you, I mean, I don't need the volume profiles to show me that price is going up. Some people come out here and they go, look at the point of control. See how it's moving up each week? And that should show you that price is bullish. I'm like, yeah, you can just look at the price and you can see that it's moving up. Jesus, it's not, I don't need volume profiles up here to show me that. Last week's point of control, yep, or yesterday's point of control, absolutely. I think that's a good call out. We can also see low volume area here from yesterday coming in right down here. So yeah, it'll be tricky to find the support. I mean, for me, this is a very nice price to get in on it. I feel like it could get through yesterday's POC. I feel like it could get through into this low volume node. I feel like it could come down to here. So I don't want to start buying it here and just adding to a loser, and then it comes down here and I got to get stopped out. I'd rather really try to fight for price, and again, just and wait for bearish structure to break to the upside. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of being patient with it. For me. Little queen there. Sorry, my phone is blowing up with soccer stuff. Anybody is new to the channel, I coach soccer. I coach two kids' competitive soccer teams. My kids' soccer teams. The season is just starting, and it's like parents are just needing all sorts of hand holding at the moment. I don't want to complain about it, but massive amount of questions. This 4-hour candle will be interesting to see how it closes. This 4-hour candle will close at 9 o'clock. It'll be interesting to see how it closes. If it closes bearish. Although, look at this one over here, closed bearish, and boom, we popped higher. Yeah, Premier League, Bundesliga, everybody's starting. Oh, market just opened. Oop, market just opened. Oop, 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 oop. Smart got some levels. Marking out some levels. Looks open to the downside, doesn't it? Shooting from the hip, this is what I get. Man, took a loss on it. I was trying to scalp it. I saw Delta dropping. As it broke lower, I saw Delta dropping. I thought it was going to pop down. Ah, there it goes. It's hard to trade the open, though, because it whips around so much. I would have gotten that trade. Shit. Not coming down the bottom of this channel. I'm not gonna short it down here. I'm gonna see what it wants to do. This one would have been a winner. We got a little impatient with it. Again, I just saw as price was here, big opening. We're in this down channel. It looked like it was going to pop down. Looked like it wanted to come down to this channel. And as we saw Delta breaking lower, I jumped in on a short, and I just didn't hold it very long. I manually closed it when I saw price down here for a few points, but I got a bad fill because it's a market order. Coming down. Look how it touches that bottom of the channel there. Just touched the bottom of the channel and came back up. You might be saying, Mr. Bear, why didn't you buy it down here? Because my plan was to buy it down here. Now we're coming up. If we break through these levels, I might be interested in buying it. But I think it's got some pretty good resistance up here. Hey, STR, good morning, man. How was Brazil? We're moving back down. We had initial jobless claims come out this morning at 7:30. Basically right in line with consensus. A little bit more, 6,000 more than previous. Tomorrow is NFP. That'll be a big day for us. NFP tomorrow. Careful. Hot lady's doing just fine. Nice. Nice. In this down channel here on the 5-minute, you can see it starting to pop through. This is a 500 volume. What's it came through on that in a lot of volume. Coming up to the top of this 5-minute channel. Hitting the top of the channel. I think you'd want to get out at 20. There's not a lot of meat on that. Up, 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 up. You get a like on this thing. I appreciate it, guys. If you don't mind liking this live stream, I might put it in front of some other people who may be interested. Ooh, choppy, choppy, choppy. Just watching this thing. If you're just joining us, we took the scalp over here, got out for a little bit, maybe like a tick loss. Would have been profitable though. We got out too soon. That was Delta revealed that trade. You can see over here how price was down here at a support level, and then we saw Delta starting to move down before price moved. And sometimes Delta will sometimes reveal price movement before price actually makes the movement. So for instance here, if I start to see Delta moving up real aggressively and price is still in flat, I may want to jump in, but we can see Delta here now dropping. So I suspect price may want to move down. You may say, Mr. Bear, why don't you take that short? And I will say, because I was talking and fiddling with my mouse. Point of control coming in there. Pushing down now. A lot of selling coming through. Point of control came in there. Bottom of the band on the 5-minute. Value area low. Chopping around VWAP a little bit, I think. This 5-minute, I can't even read this 5-minute. Or 1 minute, I mean. 1 minute chart. I don't know if I like this trade. No. Take it off. I didn't like that. Ugh. I'm feeling a little anxious here. Feeling a little anxious. Taking not the best setups. I thought we were going to get a little bounce off there back up to VWAP, but obviously it kept dropping. I don't think this trend line is valid anymore. This looks like a very bearish candle in the 1 minute. I'm really right now just watching these 3 charts, these 3. I'm mindful of the hourly. Again, we've got this big support zone down here. You know, if we got a big impulse down, this is really where I'd be looking to buy aggressively. And I've got to remind myself of that because all of this stuff in here is kind of going to be choppy. A million lines drawn out. I need to take some of these off. This is just adding confusion to me. We got this area up here, 13,325-ish. Top of the band though on the 1 minute, on the 5-minute too. Man, this is tricky. Just chopping around the VWAP. VWAP. That'd be like tomato. The dome, the dom. Bup. I'm still watching this, guys. Just see what it wants to do up here, this resistance level. You can see cumulative delta here really strong. But that we're also at the top of the band on the 1 hour. I mean, again, this zone down here is really preferred price, but we never quite got down to it. Down to 13,230. And it's almost 100 points away at this point. So, you short it up here, I guess. But again, I want to trade the trend. Trend, I think, is up. You're tempted to buy it here in the anticipation that we're going to break that resistance level. Yeah, there it goes. You can see how Delta really is moving up with that there. I've got 17 seconds for this candle to close. I need to wait for a pullback if I want to go long on it. It may rip without me, but buying session highs is probably not the best idea. Being patient. Be patient. All right. Moving without me here. Moving without me. You're not moving without me. You're not leaving me behind. Come on, man. Came right back and touched the back end of that trend line. We talked about that in pre-market, how these trend lines, as we break out of a channel, the back end of one of the support or resistance channels lines is usually a great entry spot. Just watching it here. I'm not really watching price. I'm watching cumulative delta down here. I was checking the 500 tick chart real quick. I just want to see what that looked like. Thanks. Very bearish candle on the 5 minute, but I don't know. I don't know. Bullish candle in the 1 minute. Typically, we take seniority on time frame candles. So the 5 minute would win. You know, every time I click on the chart, what's this? Looking for a retest back down here at 13. You have to be taking a stop here. You're long. Cool, Matthew. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions on it. Ooh, now it's falling down. Well, we're down 30 bucks. Got that break out of this channel to the upside there, and she wanted nothing to do with it. $60 might be a bounce. See Delta moving up a little bit on that. Again, you want some sort of confirmation as it moves down here. I think it's going to want to take another stab down, but I don't know. Delta's really moving up, bouncing off value area low. That actually would have been a decent trade. It's like a B minus trade, I think. Maybe a solid B. I don't know. Well, shit. See how point of control came in down there? That actually would have been a good trade, I think. Take it up to 300. I'll probably be exiting here at the 20th SMA on the... That 20th SMA on the 1 minute is going to be some resistance. Plus we have this downtrend line, so... Like a... Keep an eye on the 4-hour channel. Let's see. I don't see a 4-hour channel. Only thing I'm seeing is this reversal. The candle? Yeah, the 4-hour candle. Yep. It'll be interesting to see what it closes, but I mean, when we got this bearish candle over here, nothing happened. It popped up, made new highs. So I think that if you were trying to find a reversal off a 4-hour candle in this bull market, you're gonna get burned on it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously wrong quite a bit. I just feel like every time everybody's trying to pick the top of this thing, they're getting stopped out. Right up at this trend line. So this 1 minute closes. Oh, this is probably just too choppy, to be honest. Jesus. I know it's too choppy. I'm still trying to find, trying to find little tiny pockets in here. Like this. I mean, you got to get out at 18 probably. I don't know. I got on that. Break of this trend line. Delta's popping. I'm just taking that scalp up. Might have room up to 30 before you need to get out. Before it might bounce. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to rip up to 13.5, but I'm just saying that it would have a pretty decent pocket. I mean, but that's only like 6 points. I don't think it's worth the risk. Oh, I'm gonna let this hourly candle close. I'm gonna let this 4-hour close. It's gonna close in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna be right back. I need to get my eyes off the screen. I'm getting too granular. I'm looking at this 500 volume, just too like focused in on it. When I look over here at the 5 minute, I mean, we're just chopping in that. This is an easy way to get chopped up. So I'll be right back. I'll let Bear stare at you with his judging eyes. What up, dudes? What up? Coffee break is over. Man, this thing's choppy, 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 choppy. Just look at the 5 minute. Oof, do you think we can break it? I mean, we broke out of this trend. We broke out of this down channel. I think it might come up to 35. Push back down. Come back up. Go back down. I mean, we took this long right here. Look, I would have been stopped down on it because my stop would have had to have been at, you know, right there. Would have stopped me out. Then would have come back up. I mean, that's how you get chopped up, right? I don't like trading in choppy waters. I like trading. If you've watched this before, you know that I talk about trading like sailing. Right? Like I like to go, you know, if I were a sailor, I think that I would like to go sailing on days where there's nice strong wind in one direction where I can get, you know, throw up my sail and get out there and have a nice day sailing. And I don't want to be out there on a day where there's not a lot of wind or wind's coming this way, then wind goes that way. It seems like it's going to be difficult. For me, trading is the same way. I want a nice directional day. I want to see where price is going to go, and then I want to try to get in on a good price for it. This right here, I'm having, well, now it's kind of opening up to 13,400. I think maybe we may want to come hit 13,400. We can see that 4-hour candle close. We see the band on it open up. I think, you know, what inevitably is going to happen is we're going to come up here and break 13,350. Right, we're going to pop through session highs, and then the thing is just going to roll over, and then it's going to rip up to 13.4. How do we get a good price on this? We can draw a trend line, perhaps. We can draw a trend line like this. We can say, all right, I think a good price might be down here at 13,280, or down here at VWAP. That might be a good price on it. A good price might be at value area low for it. My original good price was down here at my blue box that I drew at 13,230, but it doesn't look like she wants to even consider that price today. But I do not think a good price is up at the value area highs of the day. Somewhere down here, I guess, would be a decent price to try to jump in on it. Now I see Delta here moving up. It might pop here. It might pop. I agree, Zero. Watching it here, guys. How's everybody else trading today? Anybody else finding this I don't know, enjoyable? Hitting Dingers asks, which indicator you use to determine whether we're trending or choppy? I don't use an indicator. I just I test. Yeah, I just use it. I just look at the chart. I just look at the candles. You know, sometimes if you want to know direction, if we're in a trending, directional, blah, 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 you can just draw trend lines. So the way to draw a trend line is just find the session open, which is over here at 8:30, and just draw the two lowest points Try to connect a few points. So the two lowest points are over here. You can see that. And then I could draw the two highest points if I wanted, which would be this, which is a little bit of a triangle. But what I suspect is going to happen is we're going to channel up like this. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a guessing game. I guess I kind of figure out my direction and draw that support. I mean, it could be in one of these pennant things like that. But this up here, if we broke that, I feel like it's too high of a price. Coming down to VWAP now. I feel like I need it to come down lower for me to get interested in it. Yeah, hitting dingers, no problem, man. Yeah, there's a ton of indicators out there. I think you want to get, I think you want to use them sparingly. I think if there's one that helps you, like I use this Williams percent range over here sometimes. I mean, this is honestly, now that I'm talking about it, we could wait for this to become oversold into an area of support, which are coming down here at VWAP. And you could, you know, take a buy on it and see. I hate to even use the term "see what happens" because I feel like that shows you that shows me that I'm just getting bored with it, and I'm like, oh fuck it, let's just see what happens. I mean, that's a dangerous spot, I think, to be in as a trader. I think when there's certain things that I know that if I say in my mind, I know that I need to stop trading. One of them is fuck it, let's see what happens. Second one is if I blow up this account, it'll be okay. I've had that before where it's like, you know, you set your stop a million miles away, then you're like, I'm just going to walk away. And if I blow up the account, it's going to be fine. I'll just have another one. It'll be fine. I hear that voice in my head. I know I need to close a position and move on and do something else. Or if I hear the voice of, it's not so much a voice, but it's more of the feeling of, you know, I'm going to make back my loss right now on this trade. I'm going to get flat on this trade right now. That's the other voice that, you know, once you hear, you need to probably stop. My meditation, mindfulness, observing your thoughts. I mean, if you got in long here, your stop would be at 80, I think. 74. Take profit at 25. Not the worst. It's not the worst idea. Up. Ooh. Support level down here. We can see it on the 1 minute, possibly. Break at 12, back up to 26, 12 to 22. We're through the support level. One of the things, you notice you draw this trend line out. You see the trend line on the 1 minute? And then look as we broke through it. Look what happened to Delta. Delta really popped through it. Now we got 500 volume providing some support. This looks bearish. Looks bearish until it doesn't. Back into the trend line plus VWAP could be a short. I'm not going to take it though. You could probably short it down to 66. Mr. Bear, why aren't you taking that? Because it's not the direction that I want to go. You're oversold. I'm actually waiting for this 1 minute trend line to break, possibly. 97. A wedge. Bummer. Got in too low. Or too high, I mean, on it. I need to resist the urge of moving my stop and just take the stop. I'm going to close out there. That looks too bearish, that 1 minute. I thought we were going to pop up to 20 SMA. We go from green to red. Green to red. Tough terrain today, boys. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. Now it's moving up. Now it's moving. This is Chop City. It's like you know, you go long, you get stopped out. Then you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go short, get stopped out. Oh shit, I'm going long, get stopped out. Only to see price, you know, go to your take profit. I think it's probably gonna pop up to whatever. I don't know, man. I probably want to call it a day. I'll take my I'll eat my $200 on the day rather than get this thing to $800 or $900 in the hole. Probably just best to realize that the trading sailing winds are not in my favor today. Yeah, I might come back after lunch. I usually keep it on. I've found that around like 9:45, 10 o'clock, I'm finding some decent setups. I don't think I'm going to find one today though. It's just the conditions just don't seem very, very good today. I think tomorrow after NFP, we're probably going to find better setups. So I'll probably just call it a day. And my kids are home from camp today, so I'm probably just going to hang out with them. I can see point of control coming in right there. It feels like it wants to find some support here, move back up, but you know, it may want to come down to 13,230. Shit. Our trading plan may come through after all. Look at this, guys. Hitting the 20 SMA on the 1 hour. Plus yesterday's point of control is down there as well. We can see it over here in the 30-minute chart. Today's point of control just came in right there. You can see it right there. These could be sellers driving it down to the support area. Let's see what it wants to do down here. We got some support here. You thought I was done, didn't you? You thought I was done. Driving down, pushing, driving, pushing, driving, pushing, driving. I don't know, guys. I don't want to say I called it out, but look at this down channel coming right down to our support area. I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, I called it out. You know, I could call out 15 things, and if one of them happens once a week, and I'm like, hey, see, I called it out. But I do think this is a pretty big support area. I'm interested in it down here. I'm interested. These are the prices I'm interested in. These are them, my friend. These are them. I'm going to get on one here. This is going to be a bigger trade, guys, so don't kill me on my stops. Coming to this LVN. I'm going to get out there. Man, $1. $1. And we're through that LVN. Wait for a retest back down. Take another one here. Get out back at that LVN. You see that little LVN there. We've got prior. Is prior a word? No. Prior support, which might be resistance. I'm getting out there. I'm just scalping it right here. Delta's moving up nicely. Now it's moving down. Moving down, baby. I tried posting a video and I put some like background music. Major Dave, I believe, suggested that we add music to like the trade recap videos, like one of the speed up sessions. And so I added music, and YouTube hit me with a copyright violation. I was like, dude, I don't know how any of this works. So and they were like, I got it from a site that claimed to have copyright free music. So I used it, I downloaded it, used it, and then as soon as I uploaded the video, I get a notification from YouTube saying that the copyright owner has filed a claim and they're gonna monetize my video. I don't know how that works. I don't know how they can monetize it. I don't know if they steal it or if YouTube's gonna like YouTube's gonna come in and you know, give them a cut, even though, you know, it would be like 20 cents, maybe. On a good day, it would be 20 cents for them. I'm watching this here. I didn't get filled. Maybe I'll get filled here. Didn't get filled. Am I gonna get filled? Didn't get filled. Am I gonna get filled? I don't want to get filled. If it comes back down, it's gonna stop me out. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I had to take the video down, redo the video, re-upload it. That's why if you watch my trade recap videos, I've only got like 2 songs that I play in the background, because I know I won't get a sorry, I hit the microphone. I won't get a copyright violation on me. He's nice, Vernon, my man. Did you go long or short on that? This looks like a short. Look at that 1 minute. Oh, smokes, looks like a short. I'd be controlling Z, control Z, control Z. But if we get through this downtrend line on the 1 minute, I mean, this is what I talked about pre-market. We wait for price to come down into this support zone. We will look for bearish structure, and then we look for this bearish structure to break and for us to start forming bullish structure and buying on a pullback. Short from 288, my man Vernon. If you guys haven't checked out Vernon's channel, I would highly recommend checking out Vernon's channel. I'd also highly recommend checking out Trading Futures Daily's channel. Those guys are posting trades over there. They're part of the community. They trade very similar way we trade. Looking bullish. We've got this bearish structure on the 500 volume. We're coming back up into value area. We're through. We're through. We're hitting this trend line on the 1 minute. What's it gonna do, guys? What's it gonna do? Are we gonna pop? Am I gonna get in at a horrible price? More than likely. I'm now going bullish on it because there was a bearish candle in the 1 minute. It looked like it was going to roll. We did not roll. We're now pushing up through this trend line. I'm just seeing how it reacts here. Delta is not cooperating with me. Delta is now starting to cooperate. Good job, Delta. Good job. Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. I'm looking for prices to give me a little bit of a pullback. It's not going to. I got to get in here. I got to get in here before it leaves. Before it leaves the station. I think I'm going to be right on this trade, but the drawdown might kill me. Getting around the top of that pullback. I gotta move this down. Don't kill me, guys. I like this trade and I want to get in on it. I may move this up. I want to see what happens down here. Man, it doesn't seem like it wants to come up, does it? I thought we were going to pop. Boom, 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 da, 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 da. 77. Come on, dude. Might have to close out. Delta's dropping too much. Well, this is life, my friends. I still want to be in this trade is my problem. I still want to be in it. I don't want to close out yet. That's my problem. I don't want to get tagged out and then have it just rip my way. But the longer I stay in this, the more pain I'm doing to myself here, aren't I? This is my nervous chatter. Delta looking nice. You ever think that somebody's like, I talked about this before, you ever think somebody's on the other side of this thing just fucking with you? Yeah, we're going to have the price go right to his entry level, and then we're going to have a reverse. And he's going to love it. He's going to think that price is moving his way. And then when it doesn't, we'll just mess with them all day, all day. It'll be hilarious. It will be hilarious. He'll be freaking out. And then we'll just have it whip down to a stop. Yeah, let's do it, guys. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Fuck. This 20 SMA is pinning it. I still think it's going to go up. I mean, I still do. You can see it's really struggling at the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. Oops. Oh, shit. There it goes. Well, we're just going to take our stop. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Still coming down. I may still go long on it. This is my zone, boys. This is my zone. So frustrating. This is a little irrational. I'm confident. This thing's gonna drop. I gotta get out. I gotta call today. That's it. Not uploading anymore. Yeah. Tough day trading. It's dropping through the floor. Trading is risky, guys. Be careful with it. Be careful with it. Might come down to 13. Bummer. Well, I hope your guys' days is going better than yours, better than mine. And yeah, I don't know. I still think the trade was a good idea. We have the bearish channel, break the trend line, looked like it was going to come back up off of a support zone. It just didn't. Maybe the size was too much. Probably should have gone on one contract and then added a contract. But yeah, just kind of knew it. This was going to be some choppy waters today. This thing will probably rip right up to VWAP here in a second, and I'll just be pissed off. Oh, the pain. The pain. I'm still looking to take my long, guys. Sorry. Waiting for this trend to break here. Time is it? 9:30. Jeez. What's up, Bear? What's up, man? What's up, Gunja? Vernon went short. Good for you, Vernon. Well, at least I got out of this trade. I basically gave back what I made yesterday, I think. Sorry, guys. I muted my microphone there for a second. I had a phone thing. Yeah, I was just saying that we took a long here. Oh, sorry, long up here. This was our killer trade right here that destroyed us. What I should have done was just taken one contract as we broke this down channel. We actually had a down channel going on here on the 500 volume. Came into a support zone, well, what we thought was a support zone, and took a long as we broke out of it. I thought we were going to come up and hit VWAP. I should have just taken one contract. Instead, I took two. I added as we retested the back end of this thing. Again, if I would have taken one contract, my losses would have been a lot smaller. It would have been a better trade and with more within my risk parameters. Of course, I just added two as we came back, and then we broke lower. It became clear that we were going down, and I revenge traded a little bit here. So I probably need to call it quits for the day. That's going to be it. Basically gave back what I made yesterday. That's fine. That's the way it goes. You can't let it get to you. No tears, no nothing. Be emotionless. Don't be attached to your P&L. It doesn't matter. Only thing matters is that I'm here, healthy, doing well. Hope you guys are doing the same. You enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I doubt I will trade anymore today. I think the damage is done. Tomorrow is NFP. Tomorrow will be a fantastic day to trade, I'm expecting. So I hope you guys all join me tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. And I'm not going to try to make back what I made tomorrow. I'm just going to trade tomorrow the way I trade. So just handle it any other day. These days come. I have about one of these a week, and that's the way life is. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. See you then.